Something that is not probably very surprising to you is that I grew up in a very haunted house. I just thought it would be cool to have a series on this channel of just stories from my haunted house that I grew up in, because there's so many stories. And I don't know if the house was haunted because of me, because I tend to be very haunted, or if it was just haunted, you know, I don't know. My sister and her family live there currently, so that's why I say that, because I don't want to like freak them out. It's probably a lot to do with me, so. I'm just gonna tell you this story. It's pretty short, but it's very fucking weird, so buckle in. Before I get into this story, I want to just give a little background of the house and like why we were there and like blah blah blah. Basically, I was born in Jersey, Trenton, New Jersey to be specific, and me and my family lived in a house in Trenton for like the first 3 years of my life. And then we moved to a house, I don't want to say the town because my sister lives there, but a different town in Jersey. The house itself stood out from the other houses on the block because it was very rustic. It looked like it was something from that you would like see in Spain, like with the flat roof and everything, and like all the other houses on the block didn't. I would insert a picture, but again, my sister lives there, so I don't want to like do that. Don't look for it, don't be weird. Don't be weird, okay? My parents bought the house from a very elderly couple. There was like a wife and a husband, and they were super old. And the house itself was also super old. At the time we were living there, it was 100 years old. Like 100 years old. So you know there's shit going on there. But again, it was a very beautiful house and it was a very unique house. So my parents really wanted it, despite the fact that it was really old. It probably needed a lot of work, you know, all that shit. They really liked it. So we got the house. I was about 3 or 4 when this happened. I don't remember going into the house at any point and just feeling like it's haunted or there's something here. One thing that stood out in my mind was the old man had, I don't want to say that he like liked me because that sounds really weird, but he definitely had a liking towards me, if that's any different. Immediately once we moved in and everything, the old couple, I'm pretty sure they moved down the street, which is a little suspicious to me. It seems weird like that you would live in a house and then just like move down the street, you know, like what's wrong with this house? I'm just assuming that it was too much upkeep for this couple, but literally as soon as they moved out, the old man passed away. And as I got older, all the kids on the neighborhood that I would hang out with, and even my friends, like my own friends, would refer to my house as the haunted house. I don't know how that started. That's what all the kids would reference it to, so childhood was really great for me. Needless to say, I've had a lot of weird, very weird, super weird, creepy ass shit happen in that house. The first story that I have for you, it's a very short one, but again, it is very weird. I don't know how old I was. I'm gonna guess 7. I was a little thing. At the time, I was living in the house with my mom, my dad, and we had 2 Cairn Terriers, Jack and Pepper. Rest in peace, Jack and Pepper. Jack was my first animal that I ever had. I love that dog to death. He was like my buddy. I actually even called him Buddy. And then we got the other dog, Pepper. She was the female. She was a little black dog. So one night, me and my mom, my dad, we go out to dinner to, I think it was the Olive Garden. I don't know why did I remember that. I used to love going to the Olive Garden as a little girl. I would get the mac and cheese Alfredo thing, like, you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Comment below if you know what I mean. Just to back up a little bit, when I was young, I had this obsession with collecting Beanie Babies. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that don't even know what Beanie Babies are. I don't know, do they still make them? I have no idea, but I was really into Beanie Babies. I had all of the fucking Beanie Babies in the world. And I would keep them in a basket because I had so many, I didn't know what to do with them. But I would keep this basket of Beanie Babies in the living room, which is downstairs. And in the living room, we had a fireplace, which had a big like mantle. So I would keep the Beanie Babies in a basket on the mantle on top of the fireplace. okay? Me and my family, like I said, we go out to dinner. The Beanie Babies were on the mantle, the dogs were in the house, on the floor. You know, it's just a normal fucking night. So we go out to dinner, we come home, we open the front door, and it's so weird. Like, it gives me chills talking about this. I can't even talk because I'm like, it's like, I don't understand how this could possibly have happened. But anyway, we open the front door. All of my Beanie Babies are on the floor. I have chills in my asshole right now. All of the Beanie Babies are on the floor and they're in like a very strategic line. There was like 5 in a row and then 5 in a row and 5 in a row, like, you know what I mean? Like making a square. And if that's not fucking weird enough, my dog Pepper, she was sitting in the middle of this, like the square of Beanie Babies. She was sitting in the middle and just like sitting there. It made no fucking sense. My parents' first reaction was maybe someone broke into the house. Because although they didn't, you know, play with the Beanie Babies, they knew where I kept them. Like, they knew when we left the house, it wasn't like this. Like, what the fuck is going on? So they thought maybe, like, you know, we had an intruder and they were just fucking with us before they kill us. Like, I don't know. They were freaked out. I remember that I was freaked out, even though I don't remember like the whole night. I remember that moment. It was just, it's just something you don't forget. You know, my dog seemed fine. Like, she didn't seem like she was freaked out by anything. She was just sitting in the middle of all these fucking Beanie Babies that were perfectly aligned. Like, how does that happen? Because not only is it weird in itself that like a dog could strategically, can't say that word, so we're just gonna move past it, put the Beanie Babies spaced out evenly so that it made like a perfect square, and you know what I mean? Like, a dog can't do that I'm aware of. But how the fucking shit did she get this? I'm sorry. I need to stop cursing so much. How did she get the Beanie Babies off of the mantle of the fireplace? That makes no sense. So let's say that they just randomly fell. Like, what would she just like, let me put these all in a fucking square and just sit in the square like a weirdo until my owners get home? It made no sense. If I can ever get my parents on my channel, I don't even think they know that I'm like posting. I haven't really like even seen them since it's been a long time. If I can ever get my mom or my dad to come on here, because they remember this night, they'll tell you, I'm not making this up, I'm not exaggerating, this happened in this house and it was just super fucking weird. Like, there's no explanation to why that would happen. And if you think that's bad, I have so many more stories about this house. So let me know if this is something that you want to see from me, because I got you. Also, let me know like what you think about this. Has this ever happened to you? Do you think it was a ghost? Do you think my dog just had superpowers? Let me know what you think. So yeah, that's the story. I hope you enjoyed this, and I love you guys so much, and I hope you're having an amazing day. Okay? I'll talk to you in my next video.
Next year, tell me what I'm projected. Most of the time they've been wrong, so I tend to neglect it. Always underestimated and out for the count. We're all 2020, we getting some plaques to mount. So put that on your notes and write it all down. I'm manifesting my destiny, it's all from the sounds. No telling where tomorrow leads, and that's beauty. So keep on going, I'm out, yours truly.